What's up, gamers? This is Shikamaru's twin, also known as Ninja, bringing you another episode of Gamer's Voice. So, unfortunately, guys, the interview that I did have planned for this week kind of fell through at the last minute. So, I'm going to be kind of freeballing it with you guys. So, it's just going to be me talking with you guys today. But that's okay, because I've got some interesting topics that I'm going to be talking about. These are some stuff I asked a couple of my buddies to kind of give me an idea for this week's video, because we didn't really have much of a community feedback last week. So, I'm trying to, come up with something, and nothing really came to me. There was, not a lot of people. They were talking about, talk about this, talk about that, but it wasn't like something I felt was a real issue, I guess, with gaming that we could really address and talk about as a community. But then I walked into GameStop recently. I actually just turned 22, so I have a little bit of spending cash, and I walked into GameStop, and the guy behind the counter asked me if I was looking for anything, and of course I said no, because I was just kind of browsing. You know how it is. You got, $60 in your pocket. You want to look at the wall and see if there's anything interesting, and there wasn't really anything catching my eye, and I kind of walked over to the counter and started shooting the shit with the guy, and he said, well, we've got, all these games. Do you like to place a pre-order? And for some reason that bothered me. Why would I pre-order a game? In recent years, I have been let down by so many games that have come out. Destiny is one of the most prevalent ones that come to mind. And I feel like this is something that needs to change. I feel like whenever we pre-order a game, it's kind of a vote of confidence towards that company, like showing interest and saying that, yeah, we'll buy your game, but it's also a contract. It's saying, we'll buy your game, but you've already sold us this product that you've advertised. So, like Halo, or Bungie, with Destiny, was doing the whole, hey, we're going to have an open world RPG, which they do announce that in one of the trailers during E3 when they're doing gameplay. I don't know if anybody really remembers that swoop down with the ship where your character comes out of the bottom, but there was that too that got cut out, and it was because of previous gen, and I understand there was some stuff, but when I went in and pre-ordered the game, I was expecting an open world FPS. And what I got was a Halo Diablo hybrid that didn't really work because of all the buggy issues and wasn't, as much fun. And I was really disappointed. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like that was kind of a big thing that I noticed, especially in the trending of comments in, places like IGN and Reddit and places like that. That there was really this kind of resounding thud of, wow, we've been really let down. But then I started thinking about, well, what about other games that have come out that have really, let us down? Assassin's Creed Unity, boasted all these things about how this will work or what this is, and, we can render 5,000 people on the screen. And then there's all these issues with people falling through the map and their faces disappearing. And I understand that bugs like that do happen when games are being developed. It's not a big deal, but I feel like I was sold a false product. I mean, when you go to a car dealership and you buy a car, do you walk in there and say, hi, I heard you guys are selling the new Honda. I would like to place a pre-order on this. Can you deliver me, the engine and the frame on day one, and then I'll wait for the body and the rest of the assembly to come, months later with patches? No, when you go in and you buy a car, you buy a damn car, and then you drive it off the fucking lot. There's no in between. You can't buy a half product for everything. You can't go to, the store and go buy your can of ravioli or your Chef Boyardee and say, hey, this looks yummy on the can. I'm going to buy this with the hopes that when I get home, I can look at the can, enjoy the can while I have it, and then the real meat of the insides, the real meat of the food, will come to me at a later date in small chunks, but I'm buying it on the faith that the can already has that in it. And I know we buy food differently than everything else, but you get my analogy? It's kind of like doing something and then not getting what you needed. You don't do that. And I feel like it's illegal. First off, false advertising. I am a broadcasting major, and PR is one of my things, and part of comm law, which I have been taught over and over again, is that you cannot false advertise. False advertising is extremely illegal. The way that you get away with it, which game companies have been doing recently, is you say things but you're extremely vague, but you get people excited enough by throwing it in their face, which is great PR, and then word of mouth. That's our fault. Let's be honest with it. We tell our friends, oh my god, there's this great amazing game coming out, you need to go buy it because we're all going to play it together, and then it's crap. Or, it doesn't have everything, or this or that and the next thing. So I feel like that's really our fault for letting this kind of happen, and I feel like game companies need to start thinking about what they're doing before they release these games. Like, we vote with our wallets. I am investing in the fact that you're going to do this and you're going to do this right because I'm paying for it. You need to do this right. And it really bothered me when I walked into GameStop and that guy just assumed that I wanted this pre-order and that I was going to invest my faith into another game after being disappointed several times this past year with not only the games that have come out, but even my console. My PS4 came out and it didn't have 3/4 of the features that I was promised on day one. I just got, the share play, and, the capturing system never really worked. The HDCP wouldn't let me capture gameplay footage unless I had a splitter, and, all this BS that I had to go through to get gameplay footage, and it's a real pain in the ass, and I feel really betrayed by game companies lately, and I am hesitant. I've become kind of a skeptic in a really bad way to where I don't trust what people are saying when they say a game's good. I don't trust game reviews. Which, granted, most of these have kind of a weird thing, but that's another topic for another day. But I don't trust companies, and I know you shouldn't, but I feel like when somebody's trying to share a passion that they have, that they shouldn't lie to you about that passion and misdirect you in order to get money out of you. I feel like that's something that the gaming community has fallen into because we're a naive group of people. Gamers are very susceptible because we love what we do. We love playing video games, and I feel like we've been preyed on, and that upsets me. It just upsets me that that's what it's come to, and I feel like that's been taken advantage of. But anyway, guys, that's just really my opinion on this. That's one voice. I know that there's a lot of voices out there crying out, wanting to get heard. So leave comments down below, guys. If you really like this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and give me an idea for next week's topic, guys. I'm always looking for new ideas. And hopefully I'll be able to pick up with Gamers Lift 2, put them into the next video. And I will be trying to get some of you guys in there. So leave a comment, contact information, all that good jazz down below. But until next time, guys, I will see you later. Bye.